Most influencers are fake people.
Do I want to be messy or not?
I'll see something and then I'll click on their profile and they'll just be 10 times worse than me.
I don't like being known as a TikToker.
When someone asks you if you're a TikToker, it's like, I cringe because it's like, I don't know if they think I just like do the renegade and get paid.
I feel like people just feel so entitled.
I was very egotistical. A bad human was in the room.
Comment on that one insecurity that I have that like I never thought anyone would notice on the internet, but now they do.
I do get a little bit upset.
The comments really do get to me.
She sucks.
They're going for each other's necks this entire video, y'all.
I'm gonna go to a therapist, but thank you.
It's just annoying because it was coming from people that I knew long before that.
He's commenting negative on my page all the time. Okay, end the video there. Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Trinity. I make comedy content. If you want to see me eat shit or just purse like a sailor, follow me on TikTok.
Wait, do you mean like you fall or you actually eat shit on there?
Oh, fall. Like,
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I would clear that up.
Not eating poop on TikTok. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, I'm Pal, and you guys will find me doing lifestyle videos on my TikTok. You will find me doing vlogs, makeup, get ready with me, story time, and all of that.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Mikey Angelo. I make rapping content about pop culture and musical comedy on TikTok.
Hi, I'm Zach Justice, and you're watching me battle depression.
Hey guys, I'm Emma Norton, and on TikTok I kind of do a multitude of things. I do fashion content, makeup content, transition, lifestyle. It's kind of a mix of everything, but that's the main stuff that you will find me on there for.
What's up guys, I'm Mattia. On TikTok you can find me making lifestyle, comedy, and just regular TikToker things, so yeah.
Hey guys, my name's Isabella, aka Lil Izzy Vert, and I live my life on TikTok. I'm a prankster.
And it's your birthday.
And it's my birthday, so everybody be nice to me.
What up YouTube, what's going on guys? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Put on that post notification because I'm giving away 50 buckaroonies to 2 lucky people who comment within the first 1,000 comments.
Wow.
Yeah. Before we start this video, guys, quick shout out to our sponsor today, Capital One Shopping. Capital One Shopping is a free and simple way to help you save money online. So once again, shout out to them for sponsoring this video. This is how it works. Add Capital One Shopping to your browser for free. It literally takes seconds. Do it now. Capital One Shopping searches for better prices while you shop online across thousands of stores. I'm talking Target, Apple, Amazon, Walmart, and more. And then all available coupons are instantly applied to your cart at checkout. Well, by installing Capital One Shopping, you're giving yourself the best chance at saving the most money. And we all like to save money. I know I do. Ask my girlfriend. Just last year, users of Capital One Shopping saved their users $470 million. Who doesn't like free money? Earn Capital One Shopping rewards while you shop, and then redeem those shopping rewards for gift cards. For example, I was on Keurig shopping for a coffee machine for my girlfriend, because we all know Grace loves coffee. And then Capital One Shopping pops up and says I can save $50. Amazing! And you know I took that. I need that $50 to buy more stuff for Grace. And then right after, I was looking to buy myself a new air fryer convention oven. And thanks to Capital One Shopping, I was able to save $15. That's awesome. And I needed that $15. Get a $10 bonus when you install Capital One Shopping to your desktop browser. So go to CapitalOneShopping.com/David or click the link in the description and add Capital One Shopping to your favorite browser, just like I did. That's CapitalOneShopping.com/David. Once again, shout out to them for sponsoring this video. I love you. Let's get back to the video. Question number 1. Views affect my mood. 1, 2, 3.
Does agree, right?
This is agree?
We all have one collective brain. Never mind. We're individuals.
The reason why I feel like I say that I'm neutral as opposed to agree is because I feel like I kind of go back and forth. I honestly think that if you asked me like a year ago, I definitely would have said like strongly agree. But I don't know, I feel like now I feel a lot better before I post a video and decide whether or not like, do I like it? And then if I like it, I feel like I feel a million times better if I'm proud about it, whether it gets views or not.
And what do you think about that, Mikey?
So I picked slightly agree just because I try to go back and forth with myself about how much views actually matter. You know, there's a part of me that tells myself that it shouldn't matter that much, but there's a other part of me that's like realistic, that's like views are a big part of the overall success of my career. Like if I get a video that doesn't have that many views, it does affect me to the point where I'm like, all right, well, this does affect my mood on a day-to-day basis. Like if I'm not getting a good enough amount of views, it does affect my mood, so.
What's a good amount of views for you, dude?
I would say bad is anything under like 30K.
I was gonna say 30 million. I was like,
Okay, well those are a little.
I was like, the kids got it.
This is a little different.
I'm at agree because in the past, they definitely strongly affected how I felt. Now, the place that I'm at, like maybe not so much, but I feel like if there was something I was really passionate about and something I was, you know, working hard on and it didn't get the views I wanted, I think I would still be slightly disappointed. So I feel like this is like an honest answer for me.
Yeah, I really agree with that because I feel like whenever I do videos that I'm like, okay, I took my time on this, like I put the most effort into this and it doesn't do as good as I was hoping, I do get a little bit upset. And then there's videos that I might have done like just super quick and didn't put a lot of time into, and those do good, so it does affect me a little bit, but it's not like it ruins my day either, you know?
I think views are better than BTH, if you ask me, you know.
BTH?
Yeah, black tar heroin. I just think it's way better. And if I get a good view video, I mean, it keeps me from kicking the chair another week, so.
Izzy, what about you?
For me, I feel kind of like a sense of pressure to make sure my views are at a certain point, because when I first started TikTok, it was more like I was just doing it for fun, you know, and it was what I enjoyed doing, and I kind of wanted to build a platform for myself. But now TikTok is what pays the bills, and I feel like I have people relying on me. And
Name 8.
my mom, my dad, my grandma,
That's
my
good.
brother. My brother actually finesses me out of money, which is really messed up. Sebastian, if you're watching this, okay, anyway. Back to the question. Yeah, I just feel kind of pressured, and if my views don't hit a certain point, it does affect me, because I'm like, shit, I need to do better the next time. What can I do to change it? And a lot of times, the videos that I really love don't perform as well as the videos that I don't like to make. So it does get a little frustrating, but I'm not complaining. You know, there could be worse shit going on in life. But yeah, that's just how I feel about the question.
Dude, you could be doing black tar heroin with Zach.
Bro, yeah, we're already planning to link next week, so
There's a group chat.
yeah. You're not in it, David, so don't even ask.
Okay, thanks.
Don't get him too excited.
Tia, what about you, bud? You moved. You were at agree and then you went to neutral.
Yeah, I was gonna agree because like I agreed with all their points, but I was like, I've tried hard on like videos like recently, and like if they don't do good, I'm not like gonna delete them or like be mad. It's just like if I post it for the day, then I post it for the day. Like, just what it is.
All right, does anybody want to change their answer?
I think I'm gonna go to strongly agree.
That's valid. Yeah.
Why'd you change it?
Because now the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, shit, that it does kind of get to me, you know? It's the pressure, man. It'd be hard in these streets.
I don't like being known as a TikToker. 3, 2, 1. Zach, you're the only one who's at neutral, bud.
Actually, I changed my position.
She just wants to do black tar heroin. Like, she doesn't want to be
Bro,
on this line.
let's talk about it in the group chat.
Okay, yeah, I mean, an existential reason, you know, the sun's gonna explode one day. This small label doesn't affect me in this point in time, but probably not a good way to think about it.
No, I feel like that's actually a really good way to think about it.
Oh, okay. We're all gonna die.
Well, okay, maybe not like
Some of us sooner
looking
than
at it
others.
like that. More of just being like, you know, someday, you know, the world's gonna end, so live it how you want to live it. Who cares?
For me, it's like, I view TikTok as a stepping stool. Because when I started, I was like, this is my chance, you know? I would like to be an actor someday. I thought, okay, TikTok can put me into a place where I can get exposure and hopefully make connections, which it has. It's completely changed my life. The only downside I would say is when older people ask me, oh, what do you do for a living? And if I say, I'm an influencer or I'm a TikToker, they immediately look down on me. So now I've learned when people ask me, I have to be like, oh yeah, I work in social media advertising, or like I work with brands and advertise for them, because then they'll take me more seriously. And also on the other side, when I go to like college party functions, I feel like college kids also judge me. They're like, oh, TikTok, and it's immediately like this weird stigma, and that bothers me. But the TikTok thing doesn't. Like, I'm so grateful that I'm able to do this as a living, because obviously I would much rather do this than any other like 9 to 5. I'm kind of in the middle, you know, there's ups and there's downs.
What about you, Mikey? You over here to strongly agree?
Yeah, I think, you know, I've been making content long before TikTok was a thing, and my content all revolves around a certain passion and skill that I have, and I think saying you're a TikToker immediately has this sort of negative connotation in today's day and age that just like feels like a lazy thing that you're just like making little videos, but I put a lot of passion and real skill and talent into the videos I make, and so I think I'm more than just a TikToker, and so that's like the last thing I say when people ask me what I do. I usually say content creator. That's like a good place for me to go.
What about you, Mattia?
I love being a TikToker. Like, I love having this as my job, but it's like I went through all of high school just like TikTok boy. Back home, it's like TikTok boy, all this, and I just don't like being labeled as that. So I'm gonna strongly agree because of that.
Do you feel like you got bullied because of it?
Not bullied. It's just like a fly. It was just like kind of annoying, and it's like everywhere I went, it was just like TikTok this, TikTok that, and it's just annoying because it was coming from people that I knew long before that. I didn't like that over everything that I was before that. So.
You know, I feel like the reason why I'm in agree is just because I have noticed, like, in my own personal experiences, when someone meets me and then they later find out that I have a social media following, whether that be TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is, I feel like it really discourages my ability to be able to connect with them, because sometimes I think that people think that if you have followers, they put you on a pedestal, when in reality, I'm no better than anyone else, nor is anyone. Yeah, thank you.
We're all
but like, genuinely, like, followers are never gonna amount to a person's worth. So for that reason, I agree. But beyond that, I agree with everything that you guys were saying. I'd so much rather be doing this than a 9 to 5, and I'd say I agree, but from a professional standpoint, I'm very proud to be doing what I'm doing.
I do both TikTok and YouTube, and I just rather I like it more when people are like, oh, like you're a YouTuber, you know, because I feel like I put a little bit more time and effort into my YouTube videos. And also I feel like people kind of have a little bit more respect for YouTubers than TikTokers. I don't know, that's kind of what I've noticed. But I mean, either way, like, I'm not all the way over there because I don't mind it. Like, you know, I love creating content on both. So yeah, I just chose this one.
Can I just ask something for everyone?
Yeah.
Can we all agree that there's a negative connotation around being called a TikToker?
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because like, even if some of us are over here, I feel like there's no way that we haven't all experienced at least someone being like, oh, like, as soon as they hear the word of like, you're a TikToker, like that you're lazy and that you don't actually work hard.
It takes away from, when you become like a TikToker, it takes away from the fact that I have other talents.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
that's what bothers me, and that's why I'm here. Because I think that, like, when someone says like, oh, like she has this many followers on TikTok and this is what she does, like, that's not all I am as a TikToker. Like, I have so much more to offer, and I think it takes away, like how she said she wanted to be an actor. Like, you know, I'm like working on being like a musical artist because I'm good at music and I'm talented in music. When people see you as a TikToker, you are just that.
Yeah.
And I think that that's why I strongly agree with, I hate being labeled as that.
Yeah, for sure. TikTok has gone to a place that's so mainstream at this point where, like, when someone asks you if you're a TikToker, it's like, I cringe because it's like, I don't know if they think I just like do the renegade and get paid.
I do feel like it is better now though than it was a couple years ago. Because I was doing TikTok like when it first kind of became TikTok. You know, it used to be Musically, whatever. It used to be that. So not many people were creating content on the platform, and a lot of people didn't even have it downloaded on their phones. So when I'd be like, oh yeah, TikTok, they'd be like, oh my God, that's so cringy, like that's so stupid. Like, so many people were so mean to me about it until I finally got a following, and now obviously they don't say shit to my face.
That's always how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like Daphne now.
People actually say that on my TikTok.
Okay.
You know, it's the purple and orange hair.
We're just making, okay, just had to get that
Hit me
out
up to
there.
solve your mysteries.
I'm gonna go to a therapist, but thank you.
Oh, that works too.
All right, so clearly you guys all know I just hit 1 million subs.
Yeah!
Ooh. Just kidding.
You guys have all had M's and lots of M's for a while. My following has given me a bigger ego. 1, 2, 3.
What's up, baby?
That's right, Shawty, you the baddest.
So Zach, let's talk about it.
I really just came over here to make them think I was very egotistical and maybe think like their self-worth would go up to know if a bad human was in the room. Like I was trying to do that for you guys.
You're such a good guy.
Stop, or continue, whatever. But no, I mean, in reality, no. David likes views, so I try to be different. You're welcome, David.
So like your following doesn't make you feel cooler at all?
Sometimes, when I'll be like, oh, that's pretty cool that I've like, not my ego in a sense, I think ego can be a negative connotation. Maybe working hard and having a numerical value to it of, hey, like I put in this work can make you feel validated, and that can go into ego rather than it being a negative thing of just self-worth rather than ego. Come here, baby boys, let's go. Getting them to move, it feels good. But yeah.
So Mattia, you just moved, dude. Why'd you move?
Cause I wanted to say like I disagree, but like I don't. Just because like I love to stay grounded, but like also having millions of followers does affect you. Like whether you want to say it doesn't or not, it definitely does. And before I had that, I had a couple friends in school and stuff like that. And now that I have millions of people watching me, I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, it didn't affect me at all. Like it definitely did. But that's why I changed from disagree to neutral, just because I like to stay grounded, but also it's millions of people, so I have to feel different, obviously.
True. I just hit one today and I feel different already, bro.
You feel good, right?
We know, you make it very
World is very clear.
I saw you spit on a poor person earlier, and you're like, and you said it felt good. That was wild to me. But I respect it.
He was doing that before he got the M, so.
David.
Guys, first off, it was you, Zach.
You can't do it without
Yeah,
him.
but you followed. You're like, that was pretty cool.
It was, you caught it in your mouth. Anyways, so Mikey,
Behind the scenes, roll the clip.
we all said neutral.
Yeah, you know, I think there is a part of me that feels a little better about myself with the validation of having that number attached to my name. But with that comes pressure to like prove why you have this number attached to your name. So I think that's why I'm neutral, because there's half of me that's like, oh yeah, I did that. But there's other half of me that's like, oh, you need to prove why you're this worthy to have this many people. So I think it balances itself out to where I'm like right in the middle.
Are you saying like imposter syndrome, kind of?
A little bit, yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
yeah, that's valid. I
Oh,
feel
I am well familiar with imposter
Yeah.
syndrome. I am her best friend, her neighbor, her
Oh, yeah.
confidant. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
where she was. I was
She
like, where
is
is
real.
she? She's at your house.
I just feel like anything I accomplish in this life doesn't make me who I am. And I just feel like my, you know, like anything that I get to do or any amount of money or followers is like, that's just, it's cool, but it's not who I am, you know? And I'm never gonna let it make me think I'm better than somebody or just think that somebody else is better than me because they have more than me. Because I think at the end of the day, we're like all human. We're, you know, like we're just people and it's just a number and it's all a game to me. I don't know.
I'm in neutral because I feel like because I am aware that I am like known, it gives me a little bit of an ego boost. I can't lie and say like, you know, I haven't gotten into clubs or gotten into, you know, gotten free sections or gotten other opportunities that anybody else in the world like wouldn't get because of I'm like known by the bouncer or the security guard or the girl who's checking wristbands, and you know, like that is a slight ego boost for me. Also here because I feel like even though I do have that, and it does like kind of make me feel like, oh yeah, like girl, we just got in this club. Like it's like I like, you know what I'm saying? Like we just got this for free. Like I still would never judge anybody based on what they have or don't have. I don't ever hold myself to a higher standard, but I'm not gonna lie and say like it doesn't give me an ego boost when I'm like getting my girls in the club for free. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't feel cool. Like, I did that shit.
yeah, it's just like you go to the front of the line, you're just like, yeah, like, you know, that's an ego boost. I gotta be real about it.
I'm gonna disagree just because I have never really felt like my followers are a part of who I am. So I don't know, it doesn't really make me feel any cooler or better. In fact, I feel like it's actually caused problems as far as like insecurities and overthinking who I am and what I should be. Now I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I really don't give a rat's ass about that. I know that I have seen this, and I'm sure all of us have seen this. Say you're in a party setting or something like that, and someone who has more followers than the other person that just walked into the room, it's interesting to see how some people treat people differently based off of their following. I know that I've seen that. Like, that's when it's an issue. If you're walking around and very clearly crediting someone's worth or like attention you give someone based off their following, like, disrespectfully, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
No, oh God.
Yeah. They need to be on that line.
Just saying.
Like you.
Fuck yourself. No.
I did right before this and it felt good.
Oh, fair. Well, thank you for your honesty.
It felt so good.
Yeah.
Zach, do you judge people if they have a bigger following?
I hang out with you, David, before you even hit the million, so that's how you know.
All right, that's everyone. Just Izzy, what do you think, dude?
Well, I mean, shit, you guys all said really good stuff. Like, I totally agree with all of you guys. Whatever. I really agree with what all of you guys. I really agree with what all of you guys said. Originally, I was in strongly disagree, and the only reason I switched over to disagree is because, David, you were like, don't you feel cool? And honestly, yeah, I do feel cool when I get these crazy opportunities. You know, when I was younger, I would watch all these people on social media getting to do all the things I do now, and I'd be like, oh my God, like one day, I hope that can be me. And, you know, I would be dreaming of getting to be privileged like this, and now that I have it, like obviously I'm gonna appreciate every single moment, every opportunity that I get, but at the same time, you would never judge someone who does not have the same perks, because none of that dictates who you are as a person, like you all said. Honestly, I feel like the same exact person that I was even before I had followers. I say followers because to me it doesn't even feel like real in a way, you know? It doesn't make me feel like, oh, I'm famous. Like, people call me famous. I'm like, are you on crack? Like, I am not famous.
It's actually black tar heroin.
Yeah,
to bring
like
it back there.
it honestly, like, it shocks me when people think that I'm like cool because of social media. Because
If only all of us could relate to that.
I couldn't hear you guys. I'm on top of the mountain, so it's hard to hear the lower people. But.
All right, does anybody want to change their position? Comments get to me. All right, so Mikey, you're over here to strongly agree. What's up?
Yeah, I feel like most of my content revolves around my passion for music, and so the comments really do get to me. And it's not that I get necessarily bad comments, but when I do see a bad comment, I do, in full transparency, catch myself lingering more on that one negative comment out of the 30 good ones. And I'm like, damn, there are so many comments that are like telling me how good this is, but I am somehow like lingering on that one that's like, oh, haha, gay.
Okay,
So
I didn't think you'd see. Just kidding. Totally kidding.
Okay, end the video there. Oh my God. Oh.
Who invited him, bro? What the fuck? Just kidding.
Okay, what about you, Trinity? You're also at strongly agree.
Words fucking hurt. I think that a screen really like destroys that human connection of like, you would never say this to my face, but like now I have to read this online, and like there's people who will agree with you because they're assholes too, and like now I have to watch like 30, 40, 50, 60, however many fucking people comment on that one insecurity that I have that like I never thought anyone would notice on the internet, but now they do. Especially if it's something like I think about and like something that I look at myself in the mirror about, that hurts. Like, I don't think that people realize like what you say on the internet does matter, and like, you know, like we laugh at celebrities and all these people, but like it's not funny because like people see what you say. That definitely 100% affects me. Like, I cannot lie and say that I haven't sat in my room and cried over 2 comments versus the 50 positive ones I have, but it's because it hit that like insecure, that one little thing that I had, and I was just like, fuck, like, and it hurt. Don't say mean shit on the internet. Fuck you. Like,
I feel like people forget. I mean, people don't, they think that because you have a lot of followers and a lot of people are commenting that you're not gonna read the comment, but like, we see the comments. Like, let's be real, like I see all my comments, so, or mostly all of them. So if you're saying something mean, I'm probably gonna see that over the positive one. But the reason I'm in neutral is because it really just depends on like my headspace at that point in time. Because I feel like my mental health is like always like an ongoing like battle, if you will. So, you know, one day I could be feeling really shitty when I see a shitty comment and I'm like, oh, fucking great. Like, now I feel even shittier. But other times, if I see a negative comment, I'll just be like, oh, fuck them. Like, they don't know shit. Like, they're judging me off a fucking 15-second video that they don't know anything about. And like, I feel like people just feel so entitled to their thoughts, and like they are convinced that they're right, and like that their opinion is factual, and that they need to like have me hear it. And You know, sometimes it does really get to me, and sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm in a good place. You know, it changes, it fluctuates, and I'm still working on it every day. Hopefully one day I'll get to a place where I won't care about the comments or what people say about me, but it is hard sometimes.
Al, you walked over. Why'd you change your mind?
Yeah, because I agree with Izzy. Like, when I'm in a certain headspace, they can affect me. But I'm kind of in the middle overall because whether it's a hate comment or a positive comment, I try not to let it affect me because I try not to let it define me. You know, like,
Yeah.
And of course, when I see like a good comment, like it makes me happy. I'm like, oh, like I'm appreciative of it, but I don't let it make me who I am. So it makes it easier to not let the hate comments make me who I am as well, you know? If you would have asked me this like years ago, I would have been all the way over there.
No, that's so true, because when you're first starting out, it's like the positive and the negative ones, like they hit so hard, you know, like the positive ones, like they would give you a rush and you're just like, oh my God, yes. Like,
Yeah.
these
And then
people
when you
love
don't
me.
have it, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And you see the hate comments, you're like,
And
wait.
it's so easy to get lost in that, especially when you're starting out, because it's like, then you go chasing that feeling. You're like, God, like what can I do for them to like me more? And like for them to have the same reaction that they did to that last video.
I don't give a fuck. The reason why I don't care about comments is honestly because if someone is taking the time out of their day to be negative to me, I think that that says so much more about them than it does about me. The people that I care about and that are valuable to me in my life, I know that they care about me, and that's enough for me. I also feel like growing up being like a dancer and modeling at a young age, I saw some of that stuff like right in my face, someone saying like a mean comment, not behind a screen. So like if someone is to say something to me now in a comment or something like that, if anything, I'm like, thank you for adding to my algorithm. Like you're
Dude, that's
helping pay my
facts.
bills. Go right ahead if you have something negative to say about me.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
No
He's
problem.
commenting negative bullshit on my page all the time. I really appreciate it.
Constructive
He's
criticism.
paying my bills, you guys.
See, I aspire to be like you. I feel like I'm at the point where I have to like train myself. Like, I have to remind myself that like if people are
I think
being
it comes
negative,
from life experience.
Totally, yeah.
You know,
like,
I think it
don't
comes
think it's
from
just a mindset.
where you're at in life and where you're not at. And I've been on TikTok for 3 years, and a negative comment still makes me cry.
So I grew up on the East Coast where everyone's like very blunt to two immigrant parents who say whatever they want. So if I see a hate comment and it doesn't come from someone who matters to me or is like of value to me or does anything for me or I benefit from, then I really don't fucking care. I'll see something and then I'll click on their profile and like they'll just be 10 times worse than me.
and it says
So-
follow back. I'm like,
Yeah, no, it says follow back every
Always
single
says
time.
I
follow
know,
back
that's the best
every
part.
time.
Don't
Every
follow me
time.
back, okay? Obviously I'm hurting. That's why I'm leaving
You
it.
need a timeout.
Yeah.
Dude, like, yeah, go stand in the corner at this point.
I tried to get my farthest to the corner.
That's very true. He's trying his best, guys.
What about you, Zach?
You know, good or bad, my granny's still gonna make me biscuits on Sunday, so. As long as she loves me, that's all I need.
Most influencers are fake people.
Oh, shit.
3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Think about it, Trin.
Oh, shit.
She's like,
Do I want to be messy or not? That's the real question. Do you want to be messy or do you not want to be messy?
Be messy, dude, for the views. Well, let's start with you, Trin. You were having trouble.
I'm going to agree, not strongly, just a little bit there, because you guys are all great, by the way. Not talking about none of you guys.
someone here's cool.
I've met, you know, my fair share, and a lot of them are very intrigued about like either making content with me or, oh my God, like I love your content. Like, you know, it's always about when I meet them, it's always about my content. It's never about like, hey, nice to meet you. Like, I don't usually get that greeting.
Who you are as a person.
Right, it's never like,
I agree
hey,
with
like
that.
a normal person. Like when I walked in the
Yeah.
room, I said, hey, nice to meet you. Like, I don't just immediately come up and say like, oh my God, love your content. Like, I feel like that is such like it's not a natural human response. Like, you don't say that to a random stranger on the street. And I think that that's what I get a lot from most influencers. Not all, not all.
I just feel like if there's a documentary crew and a narrative put on anyone's life, you would root for them, and the things that are going on their head, even if they're portraying themselves a certain way, it's probably because how they've conditioned themselves based on other people. So I think I like to see good in people more than bad because everyone's kind of going through it.
So you've never met any like...
Yes, I've met Daphne, but it's not a big deal. She sucks.
They're coming for each other's necks this entire video, y'all.
There's major beef
My
in
God.
here. It will be settled after the video. I don't want
I
to get too
just
ugly
work
on
here.
camera, you know?
Yeah.
I'll break a nose.
Oh, my nose has already been broken by a boy before, so you wouldn't be the first.
Okay, let's not bring domestic abuse into this, all right?
Mikey, you're at a disagree. Why is that?
You know, I don't know if it's because of the personal gauge I've had for people and their level of quote unquote fakeness, but I feel like when I was moving to Los Angeles specifically, I had so many people telling me like, oh, watch out, you're gonna meet so many people who are all just in it to like grab and gain from your success. But I feel like I have not had that experience yet. Maybe I just haven't been in those crowds, but I have not met too many people who are like just, yeah, in it for the fame or like fakeness or whatever, so.
Zach, by the way.
We'll talk after that.
Yeah, we'll talk.
I don't think that you need to be an influencer to be fake. I think that I've met people who have nothing to do with social media who are perfectly just as fake as someone who is on social media, or people who are just as cool who do social media and people who don't. So I have a ton of friends who do social media who are some of the most interesting, cool, generous people who are just like everyone else. So I think that to say that most people on social media are fake isn't true.
You think I'm fake?
How much money are you paying me
I think Grace does, but
to be here?
That's a lot of money.
No, definitely not. David's a realist.
All right, Mattia, what do you think, brother?
I was split between these two. On the neutral side, like majority of people who have experiences with fake people, it's usually that's what they're looking for. Like they want to open up so much to people that they don't know. I mean, like you can't complain with what you get. Also on this side, it's like there's a lot of people who do have a lot of followers and will put themselves on like a little bigger pedestal and then like try to act a different way to people with less. I'm not saying that's all of them. It's common. I'm stuck between these two, and I'll stay right here.
I agree with you on the fact that like I have met fake people who are just
people.
Right.
Like it doesn't need
and
to be social media.
But I will say I'm literally here just because of my personal
100%
experience with influencers and how I'm greeted and how I'm spoken to. And you know how you said like people will like pay more attention to somebody, because I've experienced being the person that's paid more attention to, and like you think that that person doesn't notice, but we notice.
Yeah,
and it's like
that's very valid.
I can obviously tell that you're sticking around me or being more, hey, you wanna do this? I can see that. I can sense that energy.
Opportunistic with you. Yeah.
Because of the amount of followers I have, and it's like that doesn't go unnoticed.
Has that like built up walls for you when you meet like, you know?
100%. If the first thing somebody says to me is, hey, I love your videos, I'm immediately like, this is a conversation that needs to last no more than 30 seconds.
But isn't that also just like very complimentary and nice? I think that sometimes you can feel when it's genuine and sometimes it feels like
sometimes
inauthentic, but that's also a compliment.
I think naturally, just like because I've heard it so much and because I've seen the outcome of that so much, I think naturally when I hear that comment, it's immediately like this conversation doesn't need to go past 30 seconds. This person is not interested in who I am as a person. I've had people that like have greeted me and just like it was a normal, hey, how you doing? And like mention eventually like, oh yeah, like I've watched your TikToks. But like, and that's a little more genuine to me.
I mean, I think there's people that act a certain way on social media. I don't know, like obviously you can show the best of you on social media and there's nothing wrong with that. But then there's people that act like a whole different person. I don't think everybody's like that, but I do think there are some people that do have like a whole different personality and are not the same at all. You know?
I honestly feel like I don't know, because for me, I feel like my following isn't so big to where people would really try to use me, but I have been on the other end where I feel like I'll like go to an event or something and like people won't even bat an eye at me because like I'm like, I don't consider myself like a big creator, like I'm not a big creator. On that end, I do feel like maybe people are just calling their heads. I don't know, but at the same time, like who am I to judge if I don't really know these people, you know? I'm just like basing this off like a quick interaction. Yeah, I really just, I don't know.
Have you ever met someone fake?
David Alvareeezy, he has by far been the worst person I've ever met. Like he would
Literally,
not even.
Like, I hate when he wears like blue hoodies.
Dude,
Like,
and he wears the same one every day. Like that shit's
so
musty.
disgusting.
Like get a new
Literally.
outfit. The fuck? Like didn't he just hit a mill? I know he can afford that shit.
This just turned into a bullying David video.
I don't mind him.
My guys fucking suck.
Also, okay, on a real note, there's this guy, his name is like Zach.
And he wears like Kentucky hoodie.
Yes, that's him. Like I don't even remember
It's a
his
crew
last
neck.
name because he's so irrelevant.
So,
Whatever the fuck it is.
All right, guys, how do you guys feel that went? Did you guys feel like you saw some perspective?
I think we gave some good insight on like what TikTokers really think. We're not just fake people on the internet, guys.
We're real humans.
We're real
too.
humans.
Flesh and bones.
I think it was interesting to see how different everybody thinks.
Honestly, just be nice to people. Seriously, we see all your comments, and please just be nice. 'Cause, like,
Zach, stop commenting
Yeah,
on people's
Zach.
stuff.
We'll
Seriously.
make better content. Come on, guys.